Welcome to the Inspiring Tech Leaders podcast with me, Dave Roberts. This is the podcast that talks to tech leaders from across the industry, exploring their insights, sharing their experiences, and offering valuable advice to technology professionals. The podcast also explores technology innovations and the evolving tech landscape, providing listeners with actionable guidance and inspiration. In today's podcast, I'm discussing a timeless adage that's more relevant than ever in our fast-paced technological world. That is that culture eats strategy for breakfast. While often attributed to the legendary management guru Peter Drucker, the sentiment behind this powerful statement is still relevant today for every technology leader striving for success in the modern age of computing. In this episode, we'll explore the origins of this idea, look at its meaning for today's organizations, and most importantly, provide you with actionable insights and practical tips to ensure your technology strategy isn't just a well laid out plan, but a living, breathing success story fueled by a thriving organizational culture. Let's begin by acknowledging the intellectual giant behind this concept, Peter Drucker. While the exact phrase "culture eats strategy for breakfast" might be a popular distillation rather than a direct quote, the core idea is undeniably rooted in Drucker's profound understanding of organizations. Drucker, a pioneer in modern management theory, consistently emphasized that the human element, the informal norms, the values and behaviors within an organization are ultimately more powerful than any formal structure or strategic plan. He famously stated that culture, no matter how defined, is singly persistent. This highlights culture's deep-seated nature and its incredible resilience. Imagine a meticulously crafted technology roadmap, brilliant in its foresight and potential. Now picture an organization culture that is resistant to change, siloed or fearful of failure. What happens? The culture, with its ingrained habits and unspoken rules, will inevitably undermine that strategy. It will slow down adoption, create friction, and ultimately render even the most innovative plans ineffective. Drucker understood that strategy defines what an organization aims to achieve, but culture dictates how things actually get done. It's the operating system upon which all strategies must run. This isn't to say strategy is unimportant, far from it. A clear, well-defined strategy provides direction and purpose. But without a supportive culture, it's like having a powerful engine without the right fuel or a skilled driver. The engine might be capable, but you won't get to where you need to go. For tech leaders, this means recognizing that your brilliant architectural designs, your cutting-edge software choices, or your ambitious digital transformation initiatives are all vulnerable if the human ecosystem they operate within isn't aligned and ready. The best technology in the world can be rendered useless by a toxic or unsupportive culture. Now, let's fast forward to today. In the modern age of computing, where disruption is the norm and technological advancements happen at a lightning speed, the interplay between culture and strategy has become even more critical. We're talking about digital transformation, the widespread adoption of agile methodologies, the shift to cloud-native architectures, and the pervasive integration of artificial intelligence. Each of these technology shifts isn't just about new tools or processes. They demand fundamental changes in how people work, collaborate, and think. And that's where culture steps in. Consider digital transformation. It's not merely about implementing new software or digitizing existing processes. It's fundamentally rethinking how an organization operates, interacts with customers, and creates value. This requires a culture that embraces continuous learning and is customer-centric and encourages experimentation. If your culture is risk-averse, hierarchical, and resistant to new ways of working, your digital transformation efforts will likely stall, regardless of budget or technology invested. Similarly, agile methodologies, which have become a cornerstone of modern software development, are more than just frameworks like Scrum or Kanban. True agility is a cultural mindset. It thrives on collaboration, transparency, empowerment, and a commitment to continuous improvement. As I discussed earlier this year with Giles Lindsay, organizations that try to do agile without being agile and without cultivating a culture of trust and psychological safety often find themselves merely going through the motions, missing the profound benefits of true adaptability and rapid iteration. Consider AI integration. This is perhaps one of the most profound cultural shifts we're witnessing. Successful AI adoption hinges on data-driven culture, where decisions are informed by insights and there's a willingness to experiment with intelligent automation. Beyond the technical aspects, it demands a culture that prioritizes ethical considerations, understands implications of AI work on practices, and commits to upskilling and reskilling the workforce. Without this cultural foundation, AI initiatives risk becoming isolated projects with limited organizational impact, or worse, creating an unintended bias and negative consequences. In essence, every major technological leap requires a corresponding cultural evolution. Your technology strategy can lay out the path, but your culture determines if your organization has the collective will, mindset, and adaptability to walk it successfully. So as tech leaders, how do we ensure our culture is an enabler, not an inhibitor of our technology strategy? How do we cultivate a culture that truly eats strategy for breakfast, but in a way that nourishes success? Here are some practical tips that you can start implementing in your organizations. First, lead by example and be the change. Culture starts at the top. As a tech leader, your actions speak louder than any memo or mission statement. If you preach agility but micromanage, or advocate for innovation but punish failure, your team will quickly pick up on the disconnect. Demonstrate the behaviors you want to see, embrace transparency, encourage experimentation, admit your own mistakes, and actively seek feedback. Be visible in your support for new technologies and the cultural shifts they require. Your enthusiasm and commitment are contagious. Define and communicate your desired culture. It's not just enough to have a culture, you need to intentionally shape it. Work with your teams to define the core values and behaviors that will support your technology strategy. What does a data-driven culture truly look like in practice? What does customer centricity mean for your teams? Once defined, communicate these cultural tenets relentlessly. Use storytelling, internal communications, and team meetings to reinforce them. Make them part of your onboarding process and performance reviews. Next, foster psychological safety and a growth mindset. Innovation and adaptation thrive in environments where people feel safe to take risks, voice concerns, and learn from mistakes without fear of reprisal. Create a culture of psychological safety where failure is seen as an opportunity to learn, not a career-ending event. Encourage a growth mindset where individuals and teams believe their abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work. This is crucial for adopting complex new technologies like AI, where experimentation and iteration learning are paramount. Break down silos and promote cross-functional collaboration. Modern technology initiatives rarely succeed in isolation. Digital transformations, cloud migration, and agile development all require seamless collaboration across different departments and functions. Actively work to dismantle organizational silos, create cross-functional teams, establish shared goals, and implement communication channels that encourage open dialogue between all parties of your business. Celebrate collaborative successes to reinforce this behavior. Invest in continuous learning and skills development. The pace of technological change means that skills quickly become outdated. A culture of continuous learning is non-negotiable. Invest in training, certifications, and opportunities for your team to explore new technologies. Encourage knowledge sharing, mentorship, and communities of practice. This not only keeps your workforce technically proficient, but also signals that the organization values growth and adaptability, which are key traits for navigating the modern technology landscape. Celebrate small wins and recognize cultural champions. Cultural change is a marathon and not a sprint. Recognize and celebrate small victories along the way. Highlight individuals and teams who embody the desired cultural behaviors and successfully implement new technologies. Publicly acknowledge their efforts and positive impact they have. This reinforces the new norms and motivates others to follow suit. As we wrap up today's episode, remember Peter Drucker's timeless insight. Strategy is vital, but culture is the ultimate determinant of success. In the dynamic world of technology, where innovation is constant and disruption is inevitable, a robust, adaptable, and supportive culture is not a luxury, it's a strategic imperative. Your role as a tech leader extends beyond technical expertise. It encompasses being a steward of your organization's culture, actively shaping it to be a powerful engine that propels your technology strategy forward, rather than being a hidden force that holds it back. By focusing on intentional cultural development, leading by example, fostering psychological safety, breaking down silos, investing in learning, and celebrating progress, you will ensure your technology initiatives don't just survive, but truly thrive. Well, that's all for today. Thanks for tuning into the Inspiring Tech Leaders podcast. If you've enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with your network. You can find more insights, show notes, and resources at www.inspiringtechleaders.com. Head over to the social media channels and you can find Inspiring Tech Leaders on X, Instagram, Inspo, and TikTok. Let me know your thoughts on culture and strategy within tech. Thanks for listening, and until next time, stay curious, stay connected, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible in tech.